Good morning, good morning. This is Piggsy. It's going to blast it with light a bit better. So, today's topic I'll talk about, there's two really. Something else might pop up in the middle. So, a lot of people this time of year have been having colds and coughs and all sorts of things, and they might get fed up after a while of just drinking cough medicine. So, I mean, I know I did. I mean, even now I sound like I've got a bit of a thing with my sinuses. I just have to flush them out or something. So, yeah, basically, because you don't want to be taking medicine all the time, sometimes it's better to switch to something else. So what I've done is, there's a chap I see, and I see most days, and he's an older bloke, so you learn from older people, you know, if they've got ways of keeping you young. Oh my God, what's going on there? Is it coming out or not? Alright. Don't worry, somebody didn't know. He drove forward but didn't really indicate or anything. Another car in front of him left, so I thought he was following them. So yeah, so I've started taking. So anyway, this chap, you've been trying before. This chap basically has a whiskey every evening. So before he goes to bed, he drinks a whiskey. So I've been taking rum, and I've been having a little shot of rum around the Christmas time. I bought my dad some extra strong rum, and I got some sort of infused ginger and vanilla rum. So that's been quite effective in dealing with some of the colds. It definitely cleared the chest because it has that burning effect. Now, the other thing about the rum, so it has this warming effect on the chest. And I noticed that happened when I started drinking it. But I've stored the rum next to my Orgone egg and my Orgone chest as well, or magic box I call it. And then I started drinking it, and I was thinking, I've not really noticed much burn to it, or it's starting to taste different. So what's happened is the Orgone energy has started to affect the rum, and so I take it at night. I wake up feeling great. I think, oh, that's good, that's good. And also it does some other stuff, like I had some sort of pineal activity going on. I'm thinking, because I know that obviously with spirits they can, as the name implies, they have an effect on your mind, the spiritual side of you, because they inhibit certain parts of your brain, causing others to react. So yeah, so I've had my pineal felt really active, and there's sort of 2 points. There's a point in the back of your head as well. All steamed up there, it's like blasting. Yeah, so it's very interesting sort of energy. So that's something somebody might want to look into if they have got Orgone and they store their alcohol. If they store their alcohol around the Orgone, the energy will start changing the drink. And there's also, if you've seen stuff to do with the Lumerian headband, that you can use the energy, you can channel the energy from the band to basically change a drink. So I had a shot of it. I think it might have affected my mind slightly, but I couldn't get drunk on it. It was like, you know, just sort of a mixture actually. Sort of like feel a bit different myself. So it's, I don't know. So it might even be a different alcohol in it now. It might be something unknown alcohol inside the thing that's been converted into something else. I've had it with other stuff, like when I made the Ormus. I put the Orgone next to it, and where it basically the sediment, or Para-Mentis or something they call it. Anyway, it basically formed the shapes into the actual the actual sediment is settled, and the liquid was different. Liquid was quite refreshing. It won't go off either. You know, it's not like a bottle of water you'd have from the supermarket. I mean, I've had bottles of stuff for months and they've been fine. So yeah, so basically I've had stuff that's lasted months, and it's got a lot of energy in it. You drink the water, so you don't want to throw anything away really. Even if you've got like the heavier stuff at the bottom, you'll find if you pour the water out from a bottle, see what happens if you put your humus into a bottle, it will sort of separate it a little bit more because the water pressure of it's different, and so you're bound to get a liquid head on it, and within that it's still the minerals. So don't assume like everything's at the bottom, the good stuff. You're probably just looking at like a magnesium oxide of some kind suspended in water. Because normally magnesium burns, isn't it? And, in its purest form. And it needs oxygen. Is that right? I'll have to look into. The other thing I was going to mention is I started growing these cannabis plants. Now in the UK, I'm not going to mess around, so I'll frigging heat that and turn my flat into a sauna, and I've got no interest in flogging the stuff and all that sort of thing. It's just for my own personal experiments and interests, because there's medicinal benefits, like you can treat IBS with it, you know, some other things. It's good for your brain as well in certain ways, and definitely root your, you know, if you're kind of maybe a bit stressed out, it can set you up a bit differently, emotional state. It can ground you, but I wouldn't take it too much because you may lose some of your clairvoyant abilities, because of stuff will make you focus on material things and other sort of put your brain at a different frequency basically. I noticed my character's a little bit different when I tried some tea, but maybe it's me just believing I've changed a little bit for that period of time. Anyway, the problem I have in the UK, the normal weather we have, is the the cannabis is really sensitive to the cold. So I've had a couple of things, they've just like wilted and died because I've had a window open and it's been like a cold kind of cold curtain where the air comes down. And it's too cold and it's folded over. The other thing is it realises that the light's different in the UK, light frequency, so it starts stretching its neck out, and so you get a little seedling that's really stretched out, and what happens is it stretch, and then it bend, fold and damage itself, and then it's pretty much capiche. You won't get anything other joy out of it. I've had somewhere there to fix it. I've just straightened them up. I used a special coil, and that coil was kind of like, it's like a bit of an Orgone type Tesla solenoid type thing, which is, the idea is to increase the energy flow to the plant and give it stability to grow in a straight line, so it can stretch its neck as much as it wants. So all these have been quite big issues. And also repotting it hates to be repotted. It really does. It's really difficult to transfer something across into another chunk of soil. It's so, look, I'm going to give up and die. So that's what it does. It's a bit wimpy sometimes. But it's probably the cold. It doesn't like the cold. The poor little thing shivers a bit actually. I can see it shivering. So what I've done is I've recently transferred one that I created with a coil, and I put it into a glass bottle, and so it's like a little greenhouse. So it's a lot more controllable. So I'm going to probably have little gardens in glass bottles, because then I can simply move them around, transfer them. There's enough soil in there to keep it going. Let it grow out the top. The roots are always going to be kept warm. Now, something else I did really great yesterday is I transferred it and it looked a bit sort of upset, so what I did is I gave it a bit of TLC. I heated it, I basically boiled some water, So when it was a good temperature, didn't feel it was, well, it's hot enough, but it's not sort of really hot. And then so I put the bottom of the bottle into it, this glass bottle, and it's going that way as well. So it warms the soil, warms the roots, warms the earth, everything. And so it's almost like a hot water bottle, basically. I've got a hot water bottle treatment to the cannabis. I'm trying to stimulate him. I tell you what, he also likes. I played Buddhist music and something like that. My brain's gone. It is early in the morning, so I'm allowed to have an off day. Yeah. So yeah, basically the Buddhist chanting it liked it. I could see the leaves started to extend outwards a bit. So it enjoys music. And with the bottle, I can also seal the top, so I can make it into a bit more of a humid environment. Because it likes tropical environments, this one. So do that. So that's the plan. I'm going to put some more into bottles and just grow them directly into the bottle. So that might be easier. And as it stretches out, it's got the bottle to sort of stop it from coiling over. Otherwise, you're at the problem of spending like £5 or £10 for a couple of seeds, and then they let you down a little bit because you want to see the plant grow, and then it just gets to a point where it just goes, I give up now. I'll be trying some other tropical plants as well. I've heard that catnip has also got some interesting qualities, and it's just really to stimulate my mind. I'm just going to eat the stuff directly. Or make a tea out of them, so that's probably better. Is there any news? I think there are any other news. Yeah, I need to sort out my ayahuasca. I've got this compound I need to turn to a powder. So I'll try that out. I'll powder it up and try it out and see what it's like. It may be that it needs to be added to things. So it's kind of a lot of study into it, but the bark will be good. The bark should be dissolved as well, so I grind that into a dust, and then the whole thing can be eaten or whatever. Suck up your nose. That's lovely. I know, it's just since the Christmas period, drivers are all impatient. They're just doing weird things. They're just like floating around areas and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, so I've covered cannabis in the UK. Grow it in the bottles. It's a greenhouse environment. You can move it around, put it in the sun when it's sunny. Possibly if you're growing any San Pedro cactuses, is that you want to water it when it's warm, and when it's cold not to. So it's kind of, because you'll be sending the cold, channeling it straight into the roots. So there's a bit of a tip there, a bit of a thought about that. Anyway, this is Piggsy signing off, and I'll speak to you soon.